You can usually tell who's going to get rich long before it actually happens. Not by income, not by job title, but by a few quiet money behaviors most people never notice or talk about. These habits don't look impressive in the moment, but over time, they compound into serious wealth. In this video, we're breaking down 5 money behaviors that quietly predict who gets rich and why they matter more than flashy financial moves. Before we get started, if you want to understand how wealth is really built behind the scenes, hit subscribe. This is where money patterns get decoded. 5. They track every dollar. You can't manage what you don't measure, and wealthy people understand this deeply. They don't guess where their money is going. They know. Not in an obsessive, stressful way, but with clarity and control. They have a clear picture of their income, expenses, and habits, which allows them to stay ahead instead of constantly reacting to problems. Tracking money creates awareness, and awareness creates power. When you regularly review your accounts, you start noticing patterns that most people miss. That forgotten subscription quietly draining your account every month. The daily coffee or food delivery habit that seems small but adds up to hundreds or thousands of dollars a year. The impulse purchases that feel harmless in the moment but slowly wreck your cash flow. Once you see these things clearly, you can actually do something about them. Poor financial tracking almost always leads to poor financial results. When you don't know your numbers, money feels confusing and out of control. Bills become stressful surprises, savings never seem to grow, and you're left wondering where your paycheck went. Wealthy people avoid this by treating their personal finances like a business. Businesses track expenses, review performance, and adjust when something isn't working, and rich people do the same with their money. 4. They'd invest in learning before earning. Rich people are obsessed with learning. They rent books, take courses, find mentors, and constantly upgrade their skills. But here's the key difference. They invest money into their education, even when it's uncomfortable. They'll pay for that expensive course, hire that coach, or buy those books because they understand something crucial. The best investment you can ever make is in yourself. Your earning power comes from what you know and what you can do. Every skill you learn, every bit of knowledge you gain, increases your value in the marketplace. Poor people see education as an expense. Rich people see it as an investment that pays dividends forever. They know that spending $1,000 to learn a new skill might lead to $10,000 in extra income. They attend workshops, join masterminds, and surround themselves with people smarter than them. This commitment to growth compounds over time, just like money in the bank. 3. They delay gratification. This is painful but powerful. Wealthy people have mastered the art of waiting. They want the fancy car, the luxury vacation, the designer clothes, but they don't buy them until they can truly afford them. They understand the difference between affording the payment and affording the purchase. Just because you can make the monthly payment doesn't mean you can afford it. Rich people ask themselves a different question. Can I buy this without impacting my financial goals? If the answer is no, they wait. They save up, they invest first, and they reward themselves later. This delayed gratification creates a snowball effect. Every dollar you don't spend on instant satisfaction is a dollar that can work for you through investments. Meanwhile, people who need everything now end up paying interest on credit cards, taking out loans, and staying broke. The wealthy play the long game. They sacrifice small pleasures today for massive rewards tomorrow. They drive the older car, live in the modest house, and skip the expensive dinners until their investments generate enough passive income to cover those luxuries effortlessly. 2. They make their money work for them. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Most people spend their entire lives working for money. Wealthy people flip that relationship and make money work for them. Once they earn income, they don't let it sit idle or disappear through spending. They immediately put it to work through investments that can grow and generate more money on their behalf. This can look different for different people. Some invest in stocks or index funds, others in real estate, businesses, or a mix of assets. What matters isn't the specific vehicle, it's the strategy behind it. The goal is always the same: to create income streams that don't depend on constantly trading time for money. They understand that time is limited, but money, when invested wisely, can keep working 24/7. Wealthy individuals also understand passive income and the power of compounding. They know that a dollar invested today has the potential to turn into several dollars in the future. This isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about building systems that quietly and consistently generate wealth over long periods of time. They are comfortable with risk, but not reckless risk. They take calculated risks based on knowledge and research. They educate themselves about different investment options, spread their money across multiple assets, and stay disciplined. When markets go up, they don't get greedy. When markets drop, they don't panic. They don't chase hype or fall for get-rich-quick schemes. Instead, they stick to proven strategies and let time do the heavy lifting. While others worry about the next paycheck, their money continues to grow. It works while they sleep, while they travel, and while they live their lives. That's how they escape the cycle of trading hours for dollars. And that's how long-term wealth is truly built. 1. They live below their means no matter what. This is the foundation of all wealth building, and it's surprisingly simple. Wealthy people consistently spend less than they earn. No exceptions. It doesn't matter whether someone makes $50,000 a year or $5 million a year. The principle stays the same. There is always a gap between what comes in and what goes out. That gap is the fuel that makes everything else possible. Without that gap, nothing works. You can't save, you can't invest, and you can't grow wealth. Every dollar is already spoken for, and you're stuck running on the financial hamster wheel, working harder but never moving forward. Wealthy people understand that income alone doesn't create wealth, what you keep does. One of the biggest differences is how rich people handle lifestyle inflation. When their income increases, they don't immediately upgrade their car, house, or spending habits to match the new number. Instead, they direct a large portion of that extra income towards savings and investments. Their lifestyle grows slowly, if at all, while their net worth grows aggressively. They also avoid the trap of comparison. They're not trying to keep up with neighbors, coworkers, or social media standards. Impressing others with expensive clothes, cars, or gadgets isn't a priority. Financial freedom is. That means making choices based on long-term security, not short-term approval. This approach requires discipline and a clear understanding of priorities. It means saying no to things you could technically afford but don't truly need. It means choosing peace of mind over status and stability over appearances. Wealthy people are often comfortable looking ordinary on the outside, while quietly building extraordinary wealth behind the scenes. Maintained consistently over years and decades, this single habit, spending less than you earn, is what ultimately separates those who build lasting wealth from those who never escape the cycle. Wealth usually isn't loud, it's consistent. If one of these behaviors hit close to home, that's the signal. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's building quietly.